Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Sean. Welcome back to another video. As you can see in the title of the video, this is one of, if not one of the anti-meta decks in the format that I think that everybody should be prepared for in the upcoming regional season. Even though it's a tier 0 format, we're still under Snake Eye and Snake Eye Fire King's dominance. I think this, along with Branded, is one of the top choices for people that doesn't want to play Fire deck and doesn't want to play Into the Mirror to play this. So this is Kashtira. This is War Criminal deck. So let's hop right onto it. First of the monsters, we have Triple Unicorn. This card's at 3 now. It's been forever since this card at 3. And ever since this card at 3, the deck has way less breaking problem than it's ever been. Like, I can't believe, like, pure cash, it really doesn't do anything with the Arise Heart. Arise Heart is what makes this deck unfair. But having the Unicorn just helps so much with the consistency that it hit, like, usually the hands that you see this card in your hand like way more often than ever. And then along with that, we have Triple Fenrir, the War Criminal himself, that being splashed into every deck as possible. People don't play this card as often as a like non-engine anymore because they're afraid of talents and stuff. But I think that's completely fine because in this deck, this card's just the best card in the deck by far. 3 Rise Heart. So without the I don't play Ogre. I think Ogre is terrible because Ogre and the Trap is very bricky and I don't want to draw him. But Rise Heart, along with any spell, can facilitate any play. The Ogre and the Trap really doesn't achieve what I want to do, and also I want to make room for more non-engine that's impactful this format. So I decided to cut the Ogre and the Trap. But I think that these 10 are just standard, and I think they're just like generically good at going first and second into breaking boards. This is all that you really need per se. And then the secret in this deck is I play 1 Zephyros. So I play Arsenal Falcon in this deck instead of the G Golem Heat Soul line because I feel like the package conflicts with Pot of Prosperity a lot, and also the package doesn't work under Shifter. So I'd rather play an engine that when I don't have Shifter, I still have a way to combat the fire decks, and the Arsenal Falcon engine is the way to do it. So I believe that I really like the Zephyros in itself, in this build especially. So that's it for so far for the engine monsters. Spells, 3 Birth, 3 Theosis, standard, nothing to say much. And then 3 Planet and Terraforming, along with 3 Prosperity. So I feel like Prosperity is such a good card in this deck that it basically digs with 6 card deep. It digs with 3 to 6 card deep in any time you activate this card. And if you play the Heat Soul line, it will conflict with this card, which is ridiculous. Like, I want to see 6 card in to find further way to dig for floodgates, or to dig for basically extra non-engine or engine to play through basically everything. Draw sucks, of course, but we do have the Lord and Savior Dimension Shifter, which is the reason why the deck is playable this format. Is because Lord and Savior Shifter here wins you the matchup. So you drop it on a fireboard and you're 90% there. 3 Ash, 2 Veiler, 2 Mourner, 3 Imperm. That's it for the hand trap. I think I play these 7 the most. I want to see these 7 the most because I know Valor conflicts with Shifter, but that's why I have the Mourner here, so that like the chance of me drawing Mourner is not higher. So that into the Snake Eye Fire King matchup, you imperm their Snake Eye Ash, you imperm their Crucial Pieces, imperm the Princess, yada yada yada. And that's really kind of nice to stop them from like playing like through those boards in general. Like you can imperm the Oak, as for example, because Oak is really insane as well. And then last but not least, I play 3 Triple Tactics Talent. This card is both good, both going first and second in crack boards. Extremely easy. You talent, take that big Appaloosa, and you win the game 90% of the time, which is ridiculous in my opinion. Alright, extra deck. 1 Shangri-La. Not the best. It's still like one of the most made card in this deck, but you don't really need more than 1 because the other Exceeds are usually utility pieces that you can go into. Like this card right here, Dark Armed, really good at breaking board. 1 Big Eye, honest to God. This card wins you games by itself. 1 Flare Metal for time, purpose. 1 Gladiel, 1 Gradiel. So this card right here, so when you make it with a Unicorn and a Rise Heart under it, this card is also a fire, also treated as a fire attribute, and also it cannot be destroyed by the attribute that that this card is overlaid under. So it's unaffected by light, fire, and whatever you overlay it with. Usually it's either earth or wind, and then it has a quick effect where you can target a monster in your opponent's graveyard, can detach a material from this card, and then attach the target to this card as a material. What you can do is that you make this when your opponent has Princess engraved. So you make this card, and then effect, quick effect, detach if they activate Princess on summon, to basically take the princess out of their grave, which is really insane against the Fire King matchup in general. Just getting rid of their resources and having basically a foolish return on a card that you can actively make instead of having to draw into, which is absolutely ridiculous. 1 Titanic Moth for the Zeus line. And then the package that I've chosen to play is the Arsenal Falcon package. So this card, this card and the whole combo can be made with 1 Unicorn. But if you end with Unicorn and Fenrir, you can end on SP Little Knight, a Birth, a Fenrir, and one of these 2, whichever you want to pick. If you want to be have a lingering Flickgate, I think you go for the Dweller here. If you want to basically if you think your opponent has Imperm, you go for this one, and then if you know that your opponent is playing Snake Eye or Snake Eye Fire King, you go for this card. And then the other one is just like a generically good Floodgate, which works all the time for any other decks, but it's just it dies to 1 Imperm, so we have to be careful about that, because this, remember, Abyss Dweller is a quick effect as well. And then the 2 Gundams, that is useful in a lot of situations. Last but not least, we play the 1 Baron. It do come up in a lot of situations. SP, IP, and Dark to round out the monster in the extra deck. Pretty straightforward. I don't think there's a lot I need to explain much. But this deck can like come up with so many cool plays and so many things. I think that having the Heat Soul and the Link Spider, granted it's really easy to banish off of Prosperity. It's like a no-brainer banish, but I think that it's not worth it to go for those kind of plays, since you would die to Nibiru way harder than if you just go for the standard Arsenal Falcon play, because you can always recover with your cards as well, to basically play through those specific hand traps. And also this deck can easily play with only 4 summons, and then you basically ignore the fact that Nibiru's in their hand anyway. So side deck, 3 Bell for the matchups that Shifter doesn't cover. So in lab or branded matchups, I would definitely play this card. For sure, to deal with like those kind of decks. Three level golem. So it's really nice to out those tower monsters, especially in those like there's some pearly boards where they end on more one big monster and then one other card monster on the field. So you just lava golem them and you basically win them the game. It's not that great into Fire King in general, but if you need to out like huge Appaloosa, you know they're playing like huge Appaloosa. This could help you deal with multiple negates at the same time with the price of one card. You can't normal summon that turn, but that's completely fine because this card's going to second, and Kashtira monsters basically special summon themselves anyway. Triple Cosmic for Floodgates in general. Really good card. And then for going first card, we have the one, the only, 3 Fisher and 3 Summon Limit. So the reason why you play these 6 for your going first cards, because Fisher is a disgustingly good card. It's another playset of Shifter. It's another playset of Shifter going first. And then this by itself, like the best floodgate in the format right now. I don't need to explain much. So that's it for the side deck. And that will be it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoy. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.